fans, welcome back to the Fanvestor Report, a weekly podcast covering the business of celebrity that fans want in on. I'm your host, Jezlan Moyet, a fellow fan and investor, and this week we're covering some of the biggest celebrity investments and the business empires built from them. Mentorship plays a key role in the success of all of these businesses for celebs and fans alike, so that's why it's so important to do as we say here at Fanvestor and invest with heart, like Beachbody super trainer Joel Freeman, but more on that later. Well, it's hot under the hood. Hot, hot, hot. Robinhood, the leading trading app for the next generation of retail investors, has released an IPO access. This is huge for the community of not-so-amateur traders who are getting savvier with every tweet and Reddit post. So, fans, let's break this down. IPO stands for Initial Public Offering. They allow private companies to sell their stock as they go public. And in the past, this was reserved for Wall Street. So, true to its Robinhood name, it's a head start to democratizing finance for all. Speaking of pre-IPO investments, Justin Bieber, one of the youngest artists to be number one on all platforms for his music, is also rocking the charts. The stock charts, that is. As they say, invest in what you know. So a handful of savvy artists, including Bieber, were among those shrewd enough to grab equity in Spotify back in 2011. This musician turned venture capitalist was in pre-IPO. The company is now worth $72 billion today and is the world's largest music supplier. So it's not so ironic that Justin has more than 1 billion streams on the platform alone. The Biebs is also a bit of a shark, or should I say angel, and has put in over $250,000 in startups alone. And cash is king, as some say, and that's not just from the Wolf of Wall Street. Of course, Leonardo DiCaprio's performance in the film was almost as hot as the performance of his portfolio. And while some of us were busy catching Z's, DiCaprio was cashing in on the future of Casper. This public e-commerce company reached a $1 million milestone in sales after the stars aligned and DiCaprio and fellow friend Adam Levine invested in their startup. He's also an early investor in Beyond Meat and is an environmental advocate who uses his celebrity status to bring awareness to the negative environmental impact of animal agriculture. DiCaprio has called on his 37 million fans to replace meat with Beyond Burger. According to his social posts, if every American replaced beef with a plant-based Beyond Burger once per week, it would result in the equivalent of taking 12 million cars off the road. Fans, I want to know, are you Beyond or are you Impossible? The stock prices today, well, Beyond closed at $147, while Impossible is still Impossible pre-IPO. It's private. Other vegan companies in the portfolio include vegan milk brands, Khalifa Farms, my favorite almond latte, and chickpea snack company, Hippies. On last week's episode of Fanvestor Report, our guest, the hashtag Conscious Investor, shared with the fans the power and importance of making your money do good. And it's clear DiCaprio, whose net worth of $260 million, has done just that. And then there's the not-so-invisible woman, Jessica Alba. She starred as the Invisible Woman in the blockbuster film Fantastic Four. And when the superstar became a mother, she also became an entrepreneur. She founded Honest, an American consumers company founded, of course, by Jessica Alba, and it emphasizes household products that supply the marketplace for ethical consumerism. Whew, that's a lot. But she nailed it. Alba is also an investor in Headspace, a meditation app which helps relieve stress. And after the most stressful year, otherwise known as 2020, Headspace yearly revenue is at a whopping $100 million. And it's not just money that makes for a good investment. Coming up next, we caught up with Israeli-born Brooklyn Rays actor Danny A., starring in the crime drama of the summer, Lansky, also starring Harvey Keitel, and in theaters nationwide and streaming June 25th. Keep it here. Thanks for tuning into the Fanvestor Report. And now a quick word from one of our sponsors.
Start it up.
Welcome back to the Fanvestor Report. I'm your host, Jezlan Moyet, and today we are talking with the star of the summer crime drama, Lansky. Danny A is with us. Hey, Danny, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I know you're hot off the LA premiere. Tell us all about it. How was your night back on the red carpet?
It felt so good. It was an amazing, magical night. We had so many friends come and support us. People that just what are not even in the movie. That Emile Hirsch, who's a good friend, showed up, and David Arquette, and Peter Facinelli, and Lucas Haas. All these great actors supporting me, supporting the independent industry, of filmmakers, and it was magical. Keitel was in great spirit. The movie played so well. It was great. Really, really exciting.
I know that this isn't the first time you've worked with Harvey Keitel.
No, I actually directed him in my first directorial debut in First We Take Brooklyn, and that was great. I was just so new to it, and I don't know, I don't have any scenes with him in The Irishman, but we were both in the same movie, so I
Hey,
guess I've worked with him twice, and now in Lansky, so it's great.
that counts. So tell us a little bit about the film. I know that these are based on true conversations.
Yes, so I met a guy, Eitan Rockway, who directed the movie. I met him many years ago, and he told me a story about his dad, who was a professor now in Tel Aviv University. And when his dad was young, he was a journalist, and he got to interview Meyer Lansky. He was actually the last person to interview Meyer Lansky
Really?
in 1981. Um, and he wrote a book. He wrote a book about Jewish crime, uh, about Jewish gangsters called "But They Were Good to Their Mothers," and I read it, and I loved the book, and I loved this, the whole chapter on Lansky, and I approached him one day and said, "Hey, I would love to meet your dad. I would love to maybe see if we can make a movie about Lansky. I've been obsessed with him for years since I watched The Godfather Part Two, and Hyman Roth, his character is based on Lansky, played by Lee Strasberg, and I've been obsessed with that for years." And he was like, "Okay." We took a meeting with his dad, and he told me his whole story, and I was like, "I want to do it." His son is a director. We teamed up. I called Keitel and asked him if he would do this. Please, please, please. He agreed, and 5 years later, we're here.
And I hope you were all good to your mothers.
Oh, well, I'm not a gangster, and I'm always good to my mother. Trust me.
But I know this is a departure from the typical mobster roles that you play.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I play an FBI agent in this one. I'm the good guy. Well, technically, the good guy. Um, I just love the genre, and I figured I don't want to be cornered into just playing, this gangster or in that crime drama kind of like character. So when this came about, and I loved the FBI agent role, I was like, I want to be on the other side because I show my range, and that's what we ended up doing, and I love it. It was a little challenging because it's very mechanical, being an FBI agent, the way they talk, and it's all business. But I think I added a little bit of flavor to it, so that was good.
Well, in the trailer, I left the message that you can't change the past, but you can change someone's perception of it. It's so powerful.
Yeah, yeah, Lansky. When you see the movie, you realize that there's so many layers to this movie and to his story. He had a son that was very ill, and he traveled the world trying to find doctors to help his son while he's running the biggest criminal organization in the world. And his love for his son and how much he tried to help him was his perspective of thinking that he's a good guy.
Yeah.
That's he thought by being a good dad and by doing all this for his son that he's actually in his mind doing the right thing, trying to provide for his son and get the best care for him, all means, by all means. Um, and I think that he didn't want people to remember him by what they read. He wanted to tell his story and his version of it. Um, and it's all in the movie. It's Harvey Keitel does such a great job by explaining it, and then John McGowan, who plays the young Lansky when the flashbacks happen, is just incredible stuff.
It's incredible you mentioned the way people remember you, right? What is it that you want your legacy to be, Danny?
Oof. First and foremost, I just want to be remembered as a good guy who tried to help people, guy who was there for his friends and family. And then I like maybe people to enjoy my work and remember my work and still enjoy it for many years. They say film is forever. So every time I make a movie or I participate in a movie as an actor, I always think about that. It's forever. So I give it my all, 100%.
Well, speaking of film and being forever, you've got another one coming out in September. Tell us about that.
Yes, September 17th. This has been a passion project that I've been so eager to make. And we shot it during COVID. It was very difficult, but it's called I Love Us. And it's basically like a tragic love story. It's got everything in it. It's got, drama, it's got love, relationship, family, and it's got crime. Great cast. We have Katie Cassidy, who is amazing in this, and Harlow Jane and Jasper Polish. Harlow Jane comes from Hollywood royalty. Her mom is Patricia Arquette. Her dad's Thomas Jane, and this is her first project, her first movie. She's 18 years old. She absolutely crushed it. Jasper Polish is an incredible actress. She's the new lead in the Animal Kingdom, coming out in July in season 6. Her dad is a great director, Michael Polish. Her stepmom is Kate Bosworth. So that whole Hollywood world of family royalty really worked for us on set because they were so professional with COVID, and they were on time without complaining. They're just great, great people, great human beings. And we have a stellar cast with Robert Davi from Goonies and a million other movies. We have um, Jackie Cruz from Orange is the New Black. She's also in Lansky. Jimmy Mateo, Greg Finley, Courtney Lopez. Just a great, great cast. And I'm so excited about this one. It's basically an idea that I had, that I created because I love the movie The Family Man, and I got all my inspiration from that.
Are you a family man?
Well, I just got engaged, and I want.
Congratulations!
Thank you, and I wanna. I think it's time. It's in time. A little Danny Jr. running around. I think it's time.
I
Yeah.
couldn't be more excited about that. When you're not busy acting, what do you like to do with your time?
Play basketball. That's my favorite thing. I just literally finished playing basketball, and I left the guys back there and go, guys, I got to jump on this thing. I got to run. I have a basketball court in my house. It was a dream come true. I built it, and it's what I love to do. I love to play basketball. I love to watch great films. I'm a big film buff. I love great restaurants, great food, spend time with my friends and family, and just like anyone else. But basketball is something that I really, really just enjoy watching and playing.
Oh, thank you for sharing that. I'm so excited that we can all get back out there with our friends and family, enjoy the court or a good
Oh,
restaurant like you mentioned. I'm thrilled about that. So at Fanvestor, obviously, we talk a lot about investing, right? And that doesn't have to be just with your money, but it could also be with your heart or with your time or with your service. So Danny, I'd like to ask all our guests, what is the best investment you ever made?
oh, financially, the best investment I ever made was buying my house. I,
Important
I
lesson.
think it's I think it was the best thing I ever did. For many reasons. One, I love the house. I enjoy it, and it's an appreciative. It keeps on appreciating and being able to be in LA and enjoy the weather and enjoy everything that comes with it. Financially, I think the American dream, when they say to buy a house, is key, and I honestly believe that because God forbid something goes wrong, you can always refinance. You can take that money, you can invest it. There's so many ways to try to take advantage of it. If you need to downgrade, you can rent it and try to, like, maybe go rent something else while you're trying to figure things out. There's so many obstacles with owning a house, and I'm a true believer in not buying it unless you can 100% afford it and not just the down payment. So um, that's a great investment I made. As far as investing in myself and my life, and continue to push what I love to do, I invest my time, I invest my money, and I invest everything in my business. I feel like you need to continue to invest in your business for it to grow, and I've been doing that since I was 20 years old.
Well, the fans and I are grateful for how you've invested your time and heart and energy into yourself, into your business, so we can enjoy you and your craft on the screen. Fans, be sure to tune in on June 25th. Lansky is hitting theaters and streaming nationwide. Danny, please remind everyone where they can find and follow you.
I'm on Instagram at Danny827. And that's it. I'm only using Instagram now. Danny827. That's me on Instagram. And follow my movies. Go check them out. I mean, we're independent film company. We making a movie is a miracle, and we need all the help and all the support possible.
Well, hopefully next time maybe fans can invest in that.
Oh, I like that.
Oh, think about it. Well, thank you again, Danny. We appreciate your time. Congratulations again on your engagement and on Lansky. Take care.
Thank you so much. Nice meeting you guys.
Nice to meet you too. Keep it here. We'll be back with more on Fanvestor Report. Just kidding. I only played the social game of golf, but there were other celebs on the course for a cause this week. The Riviera Country Club is one of the most renowned courses in the country, and it was home to the Big Brother Big Sister Golf Classic this week. Mentorship plays a key role in the success of business for celebs and fans alike, as I mentioned, and we got a moment between tees with Beachbody super trainer Joel Freeman. Speaking of superstar trainers with superstar bodies and portfolios, The Rock is one of the best built guys we've ever seen in Hollywood, and he may have one of the biggest hearts. In a collaboration with Under Armour, the Project Rock collection was launched. The brand is dedicated to hardworking fitness enthusiasts who have the same motivation as The Rock. A portion of the proceeds go to a nonprofit organization called Team Rubicon, which helps our veterans to continue helping their communities during disasters. The brand also donates to other organizations related to COVID-19, which helps people get food bank access and house workout programs. The Rock also rescued the XFL Football League from bankruptcy for a cool $15 million. Other celebrities have recognized and cashed in on the fitness empire, and they're not throwing the punches like Joel and Court of Force, but they're making sure we look like Becky with the good hair. The Fanvestor team has polled the fans on which athleisure brand they would rather invest in. Ivy Park Beyonce versus Fenty Puma collaboration owned by Rihanna. And the winner, full praise emoji, Ivy Park. So let's celebrate with pride. It is Pride Month after all. Beyonce and Adidas released their collection of gender-inclusive apparel this year. It sold out in seconds. Ivy Park, introduced in 2016, is an athleisure company owned, managed, and operated by Beyonce herself through her management company, Parkwood Entertainment. This year, she obtained full ownership after she bought back shares from Philip Green. Leave it to the Queen Bey. Rihanna stepped up the game with a strategic partnership with Puma, and the brand was volatile from the beginning with a limited supply and high demand. Riri is committed to making an impact on the fashion industry and get rid of that blur between gender-neutral clothing. Riri was making $45 million from the deal. The brand generates $100 million in revenue, and she owns 15% of the partnership from this big investment. The Fanvestor team hit the streets of the most infamous holy ground for fans, the Hollywood Walk of Fame. They asked fellow fans, well, how did they invest? And most didn't even get the memo that they could actually invest their funds into their passions, like celebrity-owned brands, athletes, musicians, artists, and more. They were super surprised and excited to hear that they could actually invest in those things through Fanvestor. Let's take a look.
When you hear about celebrities and what they're doing, where do you get your information from? Instagram?
Yeah, mostly Instagram.
What celebrity would you purchase a product from and why?
For me, I would have to choose Demi Lovato because she's like big on like equal rights for everyone.
Melanie Martinez.
For me, it'd be Rihanna. If you look at any of her makeup, clothing, you can tell that she genuinely is just like to the typical person.
Yeah.
Or societally standard person, as in white, skinny, small. And she just, provides a lot more for, people of color, different stuff.
I want to give you a hat as well.
Oh,
if you want. Thank you so much for doing it. Be sure to check out our podcast.
We will. I got you.
Fans, if you want to get in on the next mega celebrity brand, it's time to invest with heart. Fanvestor is an innovative digital crowdfunding platform, think Star Engine meets E, where fans can support their favorite celebrities, fashion icons, media, athletes, actors, etc. And like I said, invest with heart. You can participate through e-commerce auctions and get perks with one-of-a-kind experiences. Accredited and non-accredited fans can invest in equity crowdfunding projects, and right now, you can actually invest in Fanvestor, which will be introducing an NFT product line. Fanvestor is home to the recent launch of Amari Stoudemire's latest venture, Masa, a new collagen product designed for those with an active lifestyle. Masa translates to journey in Hebrew, and the team at Fanvestor, of course, is very excited to be on this journey together with Amari, the 6-time NBA All-Star Olympic bronze medalist, and most recently, the 2020 MVP of the Israeli Championships. He is an entrepreneur with an organic farm, a clothing line, and a series of children's books. Talk about active lifestyle. And in his spare time, which I don't know how he has any, he is a winemaker and a player development coach at the Brooklyn Nets. A portion of the proceeds from the Masa sales go to the Amari Stoudemire Foundation that provides at-risk youth with educational opportunities and financial literacy. So fans, you are going to want to get in on these perks and experiences. If you buy Masa, you could also get a limited edition Stoudemire hoodie. You could get a one-on-one game of NBA 2K with Amari, have a virtual round of boxing with Amari at Rumble Gym, dinner with Amari in New York prepared by his personal chef, and the best perk, a trip to Israel with Amari. He would take you through a tour of the holy sites. And now also available on Fanvestor, you can get #HairDope, created by SuperDopeQ. This hair color brand includes a hair brightener, pre-shampoo, hair juice, and hair sauce, temporary wax, perfect for those Vegas weekends. Hair color is considered a fashion accessory in 2021. It's part of your outfit, personal style, so fans, get creative. HairDope is inclusive to both wigs and natural hair with nourishing ingredients like olive oil, shea butter, argan oil, and keratin. The formulas are water-based, free of salt, parabens, and ammonia, and even more, it's vegan and cruelty-free. So, now that the hair is dope, fans can get in on these perks and experiences. Purchase a full HairDope set, comes with a limited edition Super Dope Q hoodie. You can also shop Q's closet or invest in a personal styling session on Zoom or a personal style session makeover by Q in Atlanta. And the best perk, a trip to Black Ink Studios in Atlanta, where you and your boo can get matching tattoos. Fans, thank you so much for being a part of this week's episode of the Fanvestor Report. Be sure to like, follow, and subscribe, and remember to invest with heart.
What's up, it's Amari Stoudemire here, and we're launching Masa with Fanvestor to offer a limited edition, perks, products, and experience to my fans. I let little shawty come here and take your place.
The reason why I created HairDope is because hair colors are popping everywhere. A lot of people, your favorite rappers, your favorite singers, your favorite artists, whoever, they're dyeing their hair, they're doing things like that, and this is a world full of color. So I feel like I want to feel like everyone can express themselves through my color. Well, to me, the importance of entrepreneurship is having a career that's longevity. You know, a lot of people jump into the game and into careers of being an entrepreneur and not having longevity in what they're doing. So that's what I really feel like. You have to put your all into it. It has to be from the heart. You have to have longevity. You have to be able to stay in and stay active.